if you couldn't name 10 songs, you do. What's the deal? It's your boy Reason,
Chris Berry,
and this is the track and video breakdown for my own, produced by L. Evans.
The first part of the video, it starts off with like a ton of handshakes, and the reason why we did that at the very beginning of the video was because this was supposed to be the first single that we had for the project, and I think we discussed the handshakes being like a super introductory thing where, like, you know, we're reintroducing Reason, we're having him, you know, it's like handshakes all across the room. The dog part.
Yeah, the DMX reference. It's funny because I saw fans saying that they thought it was like a Top Dog thing. No, it was a reference from DMX when he's holding the dogs. And I like to do references in a lot of my videos. I feel like they're dope. There's actually a few references in here, and just like a different like recreation. It's almost like sampling a song almost. And you do a recreation of a shot, but doing it in a way where it can spin off. And this is one of my favorite parts of the video because it spins into the train track part of it, which I think is fire. I told Chris this was we started having these ideas. We always have ideas for videos in general where we just like, oh, we should do that for a video. We don't know what it's gonna go to, but we should do that. And one of the things I wanted to do after the viral podcast situation was list 10 songs with all the streams. So, you know, it's like the name 10 songs thing listed. It's almost like a humble but braggadocious way to say like, oh, you couldn't name 10 songs.
If you guys are paying for sets, we've seen it like 10 times already. I hate shooting at the same set whenever you hire me to. I wanted to say something, but like I have a client, like, because there's a rain room. Yeah, we got cameras. Stop shooting at the rain room.
The rain room. Bro, I've seen like 15 videos at the rain room. Please retire the rain room.
Stop the rain room.
Please. We're taking an alcohol break. Chris going to get some alcohol. We do this during videos too for the morale.
I don't like it.
Oh no, that shit is good. See, you be underestimating me. The Grand Malo? Yeah, the Grand Malo. It's just pretty good.
Sometimes you want to overcomplicate a shot and, like, you know, do a little think outside the box. Sometimes it's just there. He made a Keanu reference line. I just thought it would be fire. The shot itself is pretty straightforward. I think it's like the basics of how you want to get a special effects shot done. It's like you shoot it 3 times without cutting the camera. So like one is Reason, the other shot is me and Jay, and then the other shot is like us in the back, like with the background by itself, clear background. And then I cut out Reason and then left him in real time, and then I also stitched me and Jay in, and then I put us in slow motion. So it's basic rotoscoping. You just cut Reason out and then cut us out, and then you just stitch everything together in the background.
Yeah, the Lombo staples. Yeah, and so like another thing, like Chris said, like videos, I feel like it's dope when it's a mixture of like complexity and just simplicity right to it. And I think that one thing that Chris does is special is that he's always looking for a moment to make something a moment, if that makes sense. So me just saying, swears Lombo, I came from the grotto, that's such a small part of the song. And we flip through all the Lombo staples, and some of them are even including staples that I've touched in my past, in my career. So it's almost like quick, it goes, this, you know, black and white flickering flashes, like just, you know, camera shots of just different staples in the Lombo, until we get back into the yard scene with all the construction and whatnot.
He says the best Louisiana fried chicken.
The best Louisiana fried chicken is in Lombo, and we can fight over it. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Cosmetics, different appearances. It was just a nice little like Easter egg to let people know like the project with me and Kaz is coming. It's almost done. It's pretty much about 90% done. We're just doing like mixing, getting some features, and yeah, shout out to Kaz. So we thought it would be dope. Little billboard where it's Kaz, he's in the video. He's also in a shot. Did we have that shot in the video where he's in blurry in the back?
Yeah, he's like having a conversation.
He's like having a conversation on the phone, but he's kind of blurred out. So it's like if you know, like pause Kaz's frame, then yeah.
I like stuff where you're on your toes, like you catch something new every single time. So to see, that looks really good. To go back and see, cause or catch like Easter eggs and stuff like that is super fun. So we'll always try to, put something in pause.
That's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
that's fucking really good.
Yeah, so for the effect where it's like, what do you call it? It's almost like a kaleidoscope type of effect. So I just took different performances of Reason, and then you just duplicate it, and then I think there's a sphere effect in After Effects where you could just put that on all the shots, and so it's literally like, I think, so you put the motion tile effect and you put the sphere effect, so that kind of duplicates Rob from like 3 scenes into like 20 scenes, and from there I just created a camera, and you just kind of just set the camera in different keyframes to go throughout the whole scene. So I just thought it would be cool. I had seen like a fisheye effect like that on Pinterest. You can find a ton of stuff on Pinterest if you're looking for inspiration and stuff like that. So we had a reference shot, and I just was wondering, it would be cool to just have a performance shot there, and yeah, that's how we pretty much put that one together. For that shot, I think a lot of people, like if you've seen Atlanta, that's a shot in one of the Atlanta promos, and pretty much the poor man's version of it is like you buy a mattress and then you just fall onto the mattress. So when Rob did that shot, he falls onto the mattress, and you add in some motion blur, and on the drop you just cut to the other shot to kind of just hide the mattress. So when he's falling, I just punch in towards his face to get closer, and it crops out the mattress, and then boom, it just kind of looks like he's just coming right back up. He's raising back up, and
then we just shot me falling the other way, and then he played that in reverse, right? To make it
So he falls one way, and then when he raises up again, we just reverse that. And that was our way. I think that was around the time where that was like the Trump assassination attempt, and we just thought it would be fun. Like I said, we're always doing references. It doesn't necessarily mean we're like Trump supporters or anything. I just think it was in relation to the time, and that was during the time where like
we thought it was funny. We thought it was funny. We don't think assassination is funny, but we thought
that picture was fire though. He's got his fist up.
And he's like, people are holding him. Like we just thought that was dope, and it was funny. Simplistic. Like I'm like, if everything could be in one shot, we do one shot. So I can't tell you how many times I've brought ideas to Chris, and he's like, oh, one shot? Like, okay, cool. But I say it to say, this was just a super clean idea that he came up with, which is like the movie Slate, which it looks like I'm sad, groggy, tired, and then it's like, as soon as the slate pops or claps down, I'm writing the character with a lot of energy, rapping very vividly. The colors in this scene are I feel like a little bit more emphasized, and I think it's a dope like metaphor for like what the job entails, which is like, artists go through a lot of shit, but as soon as it's like action, you have to like play the role and snap back into this character. So it's such a simple, clean shot that for me personally, like it tells like a lot more. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a difficult thing. It's a simple shot, but the message, I think, if you really like peel back the layers of it, it really is kind of sad, because I know a lot of you are broke, and you have to pretend like you're not.
That's real.
A lot of you are broke.
Yeah, a lot of artists are broke and don't have a lot of money, and they have to pretend like they have all this money and jewelry and cars and women, and then it's like they don't have that. So also stop lying, and then you wouldn't have to pretend like you.
You wouldn't have to pretend.
Yeah. So. Fire shot.
Yeah, I think like Who Wants Smoke, I think as a line, I love when rappers just like are artists are super confident and just make statements. So to me, that shot was the equivalent of just being so bold and being so, it's a big statement to make, like, Who Wants Smoke? It's so I just thought of it as like in the same vein of like him being out in the open, not caring what the consequences are to what you say. So for that shot, I just knew he had to be like it had to be like an extreme wide shot, and I wanted him to be like in the scope of somebody who's, you know, like obviously what you're saying is super braggadocious, and it's also super reckless to say, because you know everybody who raps thinks they're the best. So when you say that, someone else wants to put you to the test and see if that's real.
But nobody's there because nobody wants smoke.
Nobody wants it, man. Nobody wants it at all. I know a ton of you who have riders, specifically. I've seen it happen.
The balloons are yellow, and yellow is the color of the theme. I don't want to give too much away on the album, but the theme of the album directly relates to the color of the balloons. And so that's another thing, is like find ways to be creative and be able to leave more in every piece of art that you have, you know what I mean? So if it's the production, there's ways that you can leave Easter eggs and different things in that. If it's the lyrics, but also, you know, even in the visuals, even in cover art. So there's a lot of different Easter eggs that we leave in all of our shit, and this outro is one of them. And it's not even related to this project, it's related to the album that's coming towards the end of the year.
Yeah, we're always trying to make references to the past, to what's going on right now, and to stuff that you can expect in the future. So that shot to us was like, how can we, you know, after we just did this whole video, how can we, you know, get the viewers prepared for whatever's to come? So yeah, I think for the next project, we figured color is a very big thing. So yellow is going to be something that we really focus on for the next project. But yeah, everything means something to an extent. So when you see him holding balloons, if it looks random, it really isn't. We're pretty intentional with everything that we do. So yeah, it's always something to look forward to. If you don't get it, you probably will get it down the line when we explain.